Good morning, everyone. This is Tim Wilmot speaking from Wizard Systems. Thanks for joining me today for this presentation to show you the capabilities of Workbooks CRM, what areas of your business it can address, and how my company, Wizard Systems, can help you with your CRM project there. Now, we run these shortish presentations every Friday, focusing on different aspects of Workbooks and CRM. And this morning, we're going to look more closely at how you manage your sales activities, your sales interactions, prioritizing your time, managing your time effectively. This presentation will be about half an hour or so it's just a basic session. Everyone uses CRM in subtly different ways. Everyone's got different requirements. And I wouldn't have enough time this morning to go over all of the extensive capabilities of the system. So after this session, if you want to explore Workbooks in more detail, we'd love to organize more of a one-to-one session with you, and we can discuss your specific needs. Now, also on the call today, and there's about 15 people on the call this morning. I can see, looking down through some of the names, some people are already fairly familiar with Workbooks. They're trialing the system. So for those people that aren't on a trial, there is a free trial of Workbooks. And some people who have most likely never seen it at all. So excuse me if I'm going over some information you may already know about Workbooks. I need to go at the speed of the slowest, so to speak. Now, the audio part of this presentation is one way only. Your microphone, if you've got a microphone, it's on mute. If you've got any questions, please type those into the questions section on your meeting control panel. You might see that lurking in the top right corner of your screen somewhere, and I'll do my best to answer those at the end. Now, also, this session is being recorded. After the presentation, you'll receive an email, an automatic email from our system with a link to the recording. You can share that with your colleagues, and we'll most likely put up on our YouTube channel as well. Okay, so let's get started. First of all, a very brief mention about my company, Wizard Systems. We're an independent reseller of CRM solutions. Workbooks is the most popular system we do. We've been doing this a long time. We've put in well over 3,000 implementations up and down the UK and further afield. And as you know, Workbooks is a cloud system, so there's nothing to install. You don't need to worry about backups or upgrades. It's all done for you. And we've got clients that do their own thing with Workbooks, set it up themselves, teach themselves how to use it. There's plenty of resources out there and a very active YouTube channel from Workbooks. But be realistic. Do you need any help in getting this system set up to your requirements, customized to the way you want it, helping you migrate data, maybe from an old CRM system or Excel spreadsheets into Workbooks, training you and your colleagues on how to use it? We can come to your offices. You can come to us. We're based near Bristol, or we can do it online. So similar to today's session, but a lot more interactive. We can do it online. And also, finally, all the ongoing support as well. So you're not on your own in this. We're in this together. We're here to help you every step of the way. We're just a short phone call or email away from you. So in discussing things with you, the key thing we want to get to is, what are you looking to achieve with an investment in a new Workbooks CRM system? Are you looking to replace an older legacy CRM system? Are you just starting up in business and you recognize you need something to help you develop your business more? Are you looking to do better marketing, track sales and quotes more effectively, acquire more customers, improve customer service, or a combination of all those? Now, we do focus on these different aspects in our other weekly webinars, and you will see previous recordings on our YouTube channel, but stay tuned if you want more information on those. We do cover those in our weekly sessions. So time management this morning is what we're going to focus on. And how do you manage your tasks right now? Do you have them in Outlook, Excel, or a manual list? Can you easily see what are the key things you've got to do today? Can you share activities with your colleagues? Can you see what they're up to? Maybe you're a manager. You need to be keeping an eye on things and measuring and keeping a track of activity levels. And do you want to report on what you've done? For example, how many calls have you done, or how many client presentations have you performed this month? So Workbooks is going to give you answers to all of these questions. So what is Workbooks? It's an easy to use, affordable system to manage in one place all the information about your leads, prospects, customers, suppliers, all your interactions with those people. There's some marketing tools in the system as well to help you be more proactive and targeted with your communications. Unusually for a CRM system, and we do concentrate on this in one of our other sessions, we can do quotes and orders and invoices. So looking at the sales process, we can actually, with Workbooks, track everything from a new inquiry through to your qualification of the customer, producing quotes, converting quotes to orders, converting orders to invoices, collecting the money. We can track that whole process through Workbooks. Not many CRM systems can do that. We can track customer service. Do you have engineers? Do you have technicians, a help desk? They too could be using Workbooks. So you're improving teamwork. You're improving sharing of information between your different teams, sales, marketing, customer support. And of course, it's a management tool as well. It's not just only a personal productivity tool, as we're going to focus on this morning. It's a management tool as well, there to help you control the business, help you make better decisions. Now, Workbooks is a UK system, 100% cloud. I think most people are familiar with the terminology cloud. There's nothing to install. It's very, very secure. Workbooks has been certified in all of the 6 releases of the UK G-Cloud government certification program. A bit of a mouthful, but if you were central government or local government, you can't use an application that meets those 6 levels, which Workbooks does. It's very, very secure. Only you see your data. It's very reliable. Last year we had an uptime of 99.99%, and it's very popular. In the last 3 years, Workbooks has won the UK networking industry CRM product of the year, a bit like the X Factor of the CRM industry, 2013 through to 2015. It's a very, very popular system. Very easy to use, has lots of great reviews up there on different websites. So focusing on the key components of a CRM system, so how you manage your contacts. So with Workbooks, you get a ready-made database. Essentially, that's what a CRM system is. Any CRM system is a database storing information about your leads, your prospects, your customers, your suppliers. And that's very customizable. Shortly, when I show you the system, all the screens can be changed. You can change the system. You don't need to be a programmer. You can take fields away that you don't like. You can add new fields to it. You can also have different security levels for your users. If there's some people that shouldn't be doing certain things or seeing certain records, then you too can deploy that level of security in there. You are managing, and this is what we're going to concentrate on very shortly, you're managing your activities in there. So your phone calls, your meetings, you're building up then a wonderful history of everything that's gone on with that client, not only the things that you've done, but your colleagues have done as well. You're working as a team, you're not working in a vacuum. You want to know what everyone else is up to with a customer. Particularly useful from a customer service point of view. So when a client phones in, they don't need to repeat themselves over previous conversations. You're recording important interactions as you go through your working day. We can integrate with any email system. We've got a rather nice integration with Outlook, if you're using Outlook there. This is an optional module with Workbooks. I'll cover pricing at the end. But we can interface with any email system. If you're using Gmail, Yahoo, doesn't matter. We can interface with it. So as you send and receive your emails, they're being copied together with the attachments into the client's record. So not only your emails, but also your colleagues' emails as well. Now, Workbooks will work with any browser. We also include mobile access as well. So if you've got a smartphone, a tablet, whatever device you've got, whatever browser, you've got access to Workbooks. Marketing. Are you doing any email marketing right now? This, using CRM, could leverage your ability to produce targeted campaigns to your prospective clients and existing clients. Now, before you do any emailing, you want to, how do you populate your system with data? If you've got data in Excel right now, how do you get data in there? Well, we have an easy to use import capability with Workbooks. So if you've got your existing information in, say, an Excel spreadsheet or a CSV file, which is a comma separated value file, you can import that into Workbooks. Information and new leads can also come in via integration to your website. We include the ability to link to your website with a form. As people fill in their details, that becomes a new lead in the Workbook system, and it can alert you automatically via an email in your inbox that you've got a new lead. So every new inquiry is going to be tracked in that way and followed up. So before doing any marketing campaign, you've got umpteen ways of creating a list, filtering and drilling down and grouping together the people that you want to mail to. And that's the key thing, is that with an email marketing campaign, you can be very specific over how you market to people based on who they are, different ways of profiling and categorizing people, what products have they got, what level of activities have you had with them, so many different ways of building up that list. And we integrate, this is all included with your subscription to Workbooks, we integrate with 3 very popular email marketing systems, and new titles are being added all the time, but the main ones are MailChimp, Constant Contact, or Mailer. MailChimp I find is the most popular one. When I ask people what email system they might be using right now or have used in the past, MailChimp comes up at least 1 out of every 3 times. It's a very popular system. So with that integration, the list is uploaded automatically to those systems. Those systems will allow you to design a really nice looking email, a professional email. It will deliver the email, but with the integration automatically coming back into Workbooks, we can see against the client's record all of the emails they've been sent, emails they opened, links that they clicked on in the email that you sent them, and observing hard bounce, i.e. the email address doesn't exist, and opt-out information as well, all done automatically for you. And stay tuned for other one of our other weekly presentations on that email marketing process. So quick mention about the sales process. So with Workbooks, I've mentioned already, we can create quotes. We can manage the whole sales quote process through Workbooks. You can store your price list in Workbooks. You can define umpteen different quote layouts. They're stored in a PDF layout, a nice secure PDF layout with your logos, your T's and C's in there, and fully integrated with opportunities, with the opportunity management system in Workbooks. So as you're generating these quotes, they're building up the opportunity, the record of the opportunity. Now the opportunity is like another record, another screen in the system that is summarizing the deal, the project, the potential sale that you're hoping to get from your client. Again, is very customizable, a nice integration there with those quotes. And we do have options for creating orders and invoices. Just so that you are aware, you may know this, but there are 2 different editions of Workbooks. When you want to start using Workbooks proper, you've got 2 choices. You've got CRM edition or business edition. Business edition does everything that CRM does, everything that I've mentioned so far, but business edition will allow you to create orders and invoices, the financial bit if you like. So if you've got fairly straightforward billing requirements, accounting requirements, Workbooks could be great for you. And we do, in the UK, we do also integrate to Sage 50. So if you're using the Sage accounting system, we can link the 2 together to help you save time and prevent the double entry of information. Customer service, all this is included with either edition, the ability to log customer service issues, support issues, very customizable. You can apply deadlines, you can track then and build up a trend of issues with that client. And as you're putting support issues to bed, you're building in a resolution to that problem. So over time, you're building up a wonderful knowledge base of typical solutions to problems that you get. Right, last slide before we dive into the demo proper, putting your manager's hat on now. So a great way with Workbooks to keep a track of your activity levels and how many leads are you getting, how many calls are you doing, how many meetings are you performing. Of course, opportunity is the key thing for most people to understand what sales opportunities are coming through. Now, there are a couple of main tools in Workbooks to you as a manager to help you see what's going on there. There's a report writer in Workbooks, and there's approximately 50 or so reports that come with the system. You can create your own reports as well. And we've got flashy dashboards, bar graphs, pie charts that are giving you a summary of what's happening right now. I'll show you a couple of examples of those as they may relate to managing activities shortly. So great tools in there to help you make decisions. Right, let's go into Workbooks. Pop into my browser here. So this morning I'm using Chrome. It'll work with any browser. As you log into, so apologies first of all for those people that have seen Workbooks before, but as you log into Workbooks, you see the Workbooks desktop. And you'll recognize this. It looks like your Windows desktop with the Start button down in the bottom left-hand corner there, and a Google-like search box to the right of that. You can type in part of someone's name, part of an activity, part of the description of a quote. It will find it for you wherever it is in the system. And you can create little shortcuts on your desktop to access common things that you want to do. But from that Start button and your Start menu here, here's all of the elements that build up a proper professional CRM system, with right at the top there, people and organizations, the people that you're selling to and the companies that you might be working with. So whether you're a business to business, B2B, or business to consumer, B2C type organization, Workbooks will address both types of organizations. So that's your Start menu, people, organizations, activities. I'll come on to that in a minute. Emails, we can interface with any email system. That's where you can see all of your emails that are in the Workbook system. Support cases, sales, how to quickly see the leads you're working on, the opportunities, the quotations, marketing, if you're a marketing person, what campaigns are on the go right now, what mailing list have you got, managing your products and services. There's reporting if you're a manager. Finance if you've got the business edition to see all your financial transactions. So everything's just a few clicks away. It's easy to navigate your way around the system, and it's got that familiar look and feel already because it looks like your Windows desktop. Right, let's start by looking at organizations, and we'll lead on to activities very shortly. So this is a pretty typical window that's popped up here. I've selected organizations, and straight away I see all of the companies in my system with a load of columns there, and you can customize those columns. Down the left-hand side in this little view section, this is where you can put people into groups. This is where you can quickly access people, companies that have got something in common. So if I quickly want to see all of my prospects, there they all are there. I want to see all of my live customers right now, there they all are there. So it's very easy using this filtering button there. You'll see the filter button on many screens in Workbooks. That's how you can drill down very easily and see the information that you want to know. So let's dive into a company and see what sort of information we can track about an organization. So this is another window that's popped up here, a record for a company called Atlantic Computer Services. And we've got some tabs running across the top there. Do you see, with a little numerical indication, the number of records lurking below, more detailed information about this company. On the main tab, this is the key tab. This is the key contact information about this company. And this screen, you can change. If there's any fields here that you spot that you don't like, you can remove them. You can add new fields. Here's a few that I did earlier. Think about what information you want to know about your company, the companies that you deal with. And any of this information can be searched on. You can create lists on this information. You can report on this information. You can build marketing campaigns on this information, all there for you. And then as you click across the top there, you've got general notes about this contact. I'll come on to activities in a minute. Emails, backwards and forwards. Remember that link to Outlook. Other organizations that this company is linked to. Opportunities on the go right now. Here's all the opportunities that we're doing right now. Transactions. These are financial things. So documents like quotes, orders, invoices, and contracts. We've also got an option for tracking contracts. So in your business, do you have maintenance contracts? They too can be tracked in Workbooks. So they're all summarized there, and you can click on those and drill down and see them in more detail. Cases. Do you have support issues, complaints, problems to track? There's 12 of them there. Marketing. What campaigns has this company been on, and what's their response to those campaigns? So all easy to access, and including, of course, who works at this company. Well, you may be, some of the organizations you're selling to, you may be needing to track multiple people within that company. So here's 3 people that we know in this company, Alan, Gracie, Kate. We can click on one of these contacts. So for example, Alan, and this pops up now, a record of Alan and all the information about him. So just like we saw with the company record before, we're on this main tab. We can change any of this information about Alan. We can search on any of this. We can build reports on any of this. So you think about, well, what important information do I need to know about my contacts? And that will be on that main tab there. And then, of course, in a consistent way, those tabs running across the top, information now relating specifically to Alan. So activities. What activities have we done or is outstanding with Alan? There's 46 recorded there, and summarized row by row. You can decide what columns are displayed here. Each user can decide what information is shown in this summarized view. We can see at a glance these different types of activities with their subject or reference and the status. Have they been done, or are they outstanding? Are they new or complete? And the due date. When were they done, or when are they outstanding? A nice visual indication here. Things that are in red are outstanding activities that are overdue. So a nice visual indication there to one of the many ways of preventing things slipping through the net. To create new tasks, to schedule new tasks, so easy. You can do this in many areas in Workbooks, but this is a typical way. We've gone to the client's record, and when we schedule a new task or phone call or meeting, and you can create your own different types of activities as well. When you schedule one of those, up pops a new window prompting you now for all the information about this future thing that you've got to do, this future activity. And over on the right hand side here, do you see it's populated automatically? We know it's linked to Alan. We know Alan is linked to Atlantic. That's who he works for. So we can see this activity against either record. We're doing it once. It could appear in multiple places. So what's the subject of the activity? Here we could type in anything we want to remind us about, the reference of the call or the task. And when is the due date of this activity? So from that calendar, we can select that. From a time management point of view, we also support on-screen alarms or reminders. So just like you may have with Outlook, we can set a reminder there for a different date and time. Maybe we want to be alerted just a few minutes before the activity is due. You're working, I'm sure most of you are working as a team. You're not working on your own, but you could then schedule the activity to a team member or a group of people as well if you wanted to. And then thinking about the priority of the activity. So as standard, you have high, medium, low. You can customize these as well if you want to. On this screen, we could also record additional information that's important to you. So in an earlier demonstration, for whatever reason, I might want to track the hourly rate of this activity. What kind of billing rate am I charging this at? And then right down the bottom here, we've got a big notes box. You can type in War and Peace there, further reminders about the activity. So there we are, a brief overview of typing in a reminder task, and then we just save and close. That then is part of that history with that client. And then you can complete it when you've done it. This button here allows you to complete tasks as you've done them. So maybe something happens out of the blue. You take a phone call from the client. This is where you could record that brief phone call and schedule the follow-on task. There's always a cycle with a CRM system like Workbooks. You've done one thing and then you want to think, well, what's the follow-on activity with this task? So here's this chase deal task that we created earlier. Do you see here complete? This is where you can set Workbooks up to prompt the user when they're completing this task. Is it done and nothing else further is happening with this client? Or maybe there should be some kind of follow-up phone call. Think about that follow-on activity there. So let's just close down all these windows here. Handy little button down the bottom left-hand corner to clear your desktop up and get back to a clean desktop. So how do you see all of your activities on the go at the moment? You see, you come into the office in the morning, you scratch your head, you think, well, what have I got to do today? Very straightforward, that's your activity section there. So this is where you can see all of the activities on the go right now. So similar to the list of organizations we saw earlier, we can see here summarized row by row, and we can define what columns appear here. And we can use this little filtering facility to drill down and see activities of a particular type. And we've got some views already created. So if I want to see all of my open activities, there they all are there. This being a demonstration system, I've got lots of overdue activities in there. But you could filter this if you just want to see certain activities, or we could insert extra columns in here. You might have seen the priority column earlier, so I could click in here and I could go to columns and I could just scroll down this list of columns here. These are different fields that you can insert as columns on this summary page here. So there's priority. Let's add that to my list of columns. There we are. And I can also move this. I can drag it over to the left. Let's make it a bit more visible in my window for you. Let's scroll over here. Let's put it next to the subject. There we are, medium, hot, whatever. And we could group and sort this view now by that field. So straight away, now I can see all of my high priority issues. And if I scroll through, got 9 pages of overdue activities. That's going to keep me busy. I can scroll through, here's my low ones and so on. This view can be saved. So you can save that. You can also, up here, top left corner, you can add it as a shortcut to your desktop. So if you're a user, when you're using Workbooks, activity is a key thing you do, you can add that shortcut to your desktop. So when you log in, it's going to be there. Or, do you see that? Open this window on login. So you log into Workbooks, and then immediately what comes up in front of you are the the priority task that you've got to do today. Another way of looking at your activities is via the reporting system. So we've got reports in Workbooks, and if I click on all reports there, we do focus on this on our other presentations, but these reports, these standard reports are viewable in different categories or sections. So this is where you've got different activity reports there. And if I just close that down, if I go to my dashboards now, this is another way of potentially looking at your activities. So I've got different types of dashboards that I've defined there already. But if I go to this personal dashboard, I can show you what I mean. So here's some dashboards here, summarizing information that's really important for me. So I can see here overdue activities. Let me just scroll over. I can see who they're to and how old are those activities. And then, of course, looking at other key metrics, my sales, my leads that I should be working on. So using dashboards can help you, again, manage your time effectively and concentrate on the key things that you've got to do, your phone calls, your key meetings, the leads that you need to chase up, the sales that you're working on right now, and the ability to drill down and see exactly what those deals are. So there we are, quick run through activities, how you see activities, how you can schedule and create new activities, how you manage your activities, how you complete your activities, and thinking of the follow-up actions for you or a team member. So I'd like to pop back and just cover some pricing here as well, which you may be familiar with already, so do apologize, but just to summarize the pricing of Workbooks, you have an annual subscription. Here are the two editions, CRM or Business. So Business is applicable if you want to do orders or invoices. Now you can mix and match these two editions. So if, for example, let's say you're going to be 5 users altogether, you could have 3 people on CRM and 2 people on Business. You can mix and match these two together. There are some optional add-ons. These do cost extra. For example, the Outlook add-on, we do cover this in another weekly session, but with the Outlook add-on, that's probably the most popular option that we supply, the ability to link in your Outlook emails in a more selective manner, and also the ability to, in a bi-directional way, share your calendar, your tasks, and your contacts. So very relevant to today's session. If you want to use Outlook, or you want to, other people are using Outlook, you want to maybe share your activity and task information with Outlook, that would be a very important module to consider. And then be realistic. What help do you need in getting the system up and running? Do you want to do it yourself? Or maybe you want us. We've done this before many hundreds of times, thousands of times. We know what we're doing. This is all we do every week. We implement CRM systems into small and medium-sized businesses throughout the UK. And we can do the whole thing for you. Once, of course, we understand exactly what you want to use the system for and what are your expectations as regards the setup and the training that you need. Or maybe there's something in the middle. Maybe you're prepared to do a certain amount of things yourselves, and with a little bit of training, you can then set up your own system, teach yourself how to use it, but you've got our support in the background. If you get stuck, you can call on us. Right, as we've come now almost towards the end of our brief half-hour session, I'd now like to open up our call to any questions you've got. So please locate the questions section in your meeting control panel. I'll be only too happy to answer any questions you've got. First question from Tracy. Can you add files to activities? Yes, you can. Wherever you see the Notes tab in Workbooks, you can actually upload files there. So if you've got a Word document, PDF file, image, or whatever, that too can be. There's so many different ways of adding files, Tracy, into Workbooks, and then sharing that with everyone, and an easy way of retrieving it wherever you are. Next question from Ben. I need to track expenses relating to meetings. Right, that could be, okay, you could do that a number of ways. Assuming that these are expenses that you're incurring and you're not billing the client, you could have just a simple custom field. I mentioned that earlier that for example, the task screen, almost any screen in Workbooks can be customized. You can add on extra fields. So if you want to track the mileage or hotel bills or whatever, there's a number of ways of doing that in Workbooks. So yes, Ben, easy to do that, to track your expenses against activities. Next question from Doug. We're moving over to Workbooks but want to transfer activities from our old CRM system. What's your old CRM system there, Doug? Are you able to quickly type that in? Oh, ACT, okay. Well, if you can export activity information into, say, an Excel spreadsheet. So if you've got an Excel spreadsheet with all those activities, the data of the activity, its status, its description, a username, notes maybe, then yes, you can import into Workbooks. There's an import feature and you can import that in there. You'd most likely import the records of the people and companies that these activities relate to first, and there's like a second phase, you import those activities. So yep, very straightforward, Doug. Next question from Emmanuel. Can we access these webinars from your website to be able to follow this presentation with us in our own time? Yes, Emmanuel, I'll email you a link to our YouTube channel. You can see previous webinars, but we do send out an invitation normally the middle of the week or on a Thursday for our Friday session. As I say, we do focus on different topics each week. So thanks very much for interest, and I'll email you a link to that shortly. I think I've got your email address here as well. Okay, I don't think there's any more questions coming through there. Thanks very much for those people that asked those questions. Very good questions. Now, as a follow-up, do you need a more detailed presentation of Workbooks to you and your colleagues? Please come back to me. Tim Wilmot, tim@wizard-systems.com. There's our phone number if you want us to organize an online presentation, or indeed we might be able to come and visit you if it warrants it. But the discussion of your needs. And also remember the trial. There's a free 30-day trial, no credit card required, so you can put it through its paces and try it out for yourself with our support in the background. So thanks very much for your time this morning and your interest so far in Workbooks. I do appreciate that, and we look forward to hearing from you. Thanks very much indeed.